Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Hind, and welcome to Let's Play Mega Man Legacy Collection. I don't want to do a system update. I have no reason to do a system update if I'm going to play Mega Man, so we are not going to do that. What, did we already beat a Robot Master? Come on. No, okay, that's so. I'm going to play as myself, yes. I have attempted to do this already, but the first time I did it I was absolutely horrible. The second time was a little bit better, but I still was a little bit too rusty, so this time I'm actually going to try this again. What I did for the other ones is that I kind of went random, and then I picked the appropriate Robot Master, and I went in clockwise order. I have determined that that is a bad idea. I'm going to do counterclockwise. And, I'm actually going to pick, Man first, because I'm going to have a bad time if I don't, basically, because, Man's weapon is really useful, and I need it for all of these other ones. I could start with Man, but, a regular stage is the only time you'll ever be able to use his weakness against him, which, another thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be using the, weaknesses on the first round, and then in the rematches I'm going to be using the weaknesses, but since you can't actually use Man's weakness in the rematch, I'm going to actually do him in the original round with his weakness, so that means we are going to start with Man. Dun-na! Because of course I have to do that. And immediately get hit. Good. So I had my fair share of practice with this stage also. The worst part of this stage is literally this beginning section. I was about to say, if it actually lets me. You can't stand on the parts that drop here, but you also can't stand on a little moving section, and there we go. Okay. First death. Yeah, Gutsman sections is kind of a piece of shit. And by that I mean literally just this first part. The rest of the stage is pretty much just smooth sailing. It's just getting past this, that's the asshole part. Got some practice on this too, but it's still kind of a crapshoot whether or not you can make this. It is very finicky. It's also not too bad, but it's also not particularly fun to try and do this. I wouldn't have made that anyways, because you have like a split-second window to jump off at the end. So for people who haven't played the Legacy Collection version of Mega Man, it does have some other features, such as rewinding, which is always fun. Especially if you have sound effects play backwards. And there's a cat off in the distance. Not sure where she is, but he's going to have to wait. It is not yet dinner time. And it's also fun when those two platforms aren't synced up. Yet there you are, little asshole. Yay! So we already lost. Not that it really matters. Also, this is one of those sections that, even with practice, like I said, it's kind of a crapshoot whether or not you make it. It is very finicky. There's a couple sections in this game, on our challenge that I'm sort of doing is, all of the sections in all of these games that are basically pieces of shit, I am going to do the non-cheat method. Some of which I haven't done before. So, that is going to be every bit as fun as it sounds. And we made it. Okay, cool. And here's, Bubs. I hate helicopter Bubs. I wish they had kept his onion form, but no, they had to make him a helicopter for some reason. But they do give you very generous free big energy, which is uncharacteristically kind for these games. Especially this game, because this game is mean. This game is mean and nasty. It's an evil Koopa Blizzard. I can't ever get enough of my vintage YouTube poop material. I like these guys because they're called Pickle Men. I'm not sure why. And you have pickaxes, but there's nothing to do with pickles. Oh no! Oh. Die, Bubs. Okay. Okay, of course that didn't work. Not that I particularly need the extra life now. And this guy is also very fun, because, yeah, he kind of, does a crap ton of damage to you. Also, a thing I didn't showcase yet is that this game, other than the rewind function, also has save states built in. I'm gonna try to not use those too much, but if the situation calls for it, I will not hesitate. Done. No, yeah. Also, it has a rapid fire if you press X. At least the button that I have laid out is X. I should check how many lives I have. I believe I got through that stage in 1 life, so... yeah, okay, I have another one. If I could remember what my buttons are, that would be good. So, Guts Man, when he lands, you want to jump. So that doesn't happen. But he's not actually that bad, and sometimes you can get by like this without dodging, but actually showcasing myself doing a very good job at that. As long as you can jump ahead of where they shatter, you should be fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, I believe Gutsman takes double damage from the regular shot, and he does. So, there we go. That's the first Robot Master down. Only took 8 minutes, mostly because I failed at the first section, but went a lot smoother than it did in other versions, so I'm pretty content with that one. And then there's a cat scratching at my door. But we have no time for that, because we gotta go to the Scratch Master himself. I don't know what that means, but he's a Kung Fu Cut Man. I'm not actually gonna do the voice yet. We'll do the voice later. So in this section, we get more fucking Bubs faces. And my favorite enemies. Either Cutman or Bombman has the best song in this game, by the way. I think it's Cutman, but... dang nabbit. Oh, I just wobble. I just made my drink wobble. Hopefully that wasn't audible. Shit. That was completely necessary. Well. This stage is probably the most tame. You do kind of have to pay attention to what you're doing sometimes, but overall it's not too bad. You can skip this guy. That's no trouble. It also has a pretty fun glitch that I'll be showing off later. You can get out of here. Get out of there. And also, I'm just gonna ignore that guy. This thing shoots out cutters, but you can dodge it by just kind of running past it. I don't know if these pits have anything that pops out. I don't think so. These are the adhering Susies. Not sure why they're called that, but that is what that is their name. There's going to be quite a lot of those coming up in variably inconvenient spots. I think they take like 8 shots to kill, so... or maybe not. I don't think that was 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... okay, 5. Well, that's not too bad. I prefer them to not take that many shots, but, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. This one's kind of annoying, though. I was hoping Rapid Fire would help. It sort of did, but it didn't fully kill him. Or her, I guess, if they're Susies. Get out of here. Oh! Oh, definitely want that. Don't disappear. Thank you. Items in this game tend to disappear pretty quickly. It kind of sucks. Oh, also, I just realized something stupid about what I've been doing. Okay, I'll stop. I'll actually focus on what I'm doing here. And it's gone like an angel's kiss. So let me just use the super arm and do that. I like the super arm. It's you don't get to use it very much because it's it requires you to have those blocks near you, but yeah, it's cool. More bubs. Who clearly haven't said spa yet. I think this has a this is the part that has a glitch. What has a glitch in it? Yep. Fuck that screen in particular, I guess. Okay, well, he did a surprisingly small amount of damage. I guess I could try to take him out with super arm blocks, but I don't want to try my luck. Hopefully the enemies in here drop some health. Which, by the way, if you, I'm sure you've noticed, but every other Mega Man game after this, whenever you get to the shutter door, you're safe. In this one, not so much. So I am going to make a save here because I think if you actually use the blocks up in one fight, they don't respawn. I shouldn't have to worry about that, though, because I think... yeah, that did half of his health. Oh, got him anyways! And he damaged me into the weird glowy orb that he for some reason drops. And there we go. 14 minutes. I'm making better time than I did last time. Do I want to try Elec Man? Elec Man stage fucking sucks. You know what? Let's do it. Would have been pretty great if I was like, oh, I'm gonna try Cutman with his weakness because you don't get to do it otherwise. And then I would have missed both blocks. I missed one of them now, but... this is basically the reason that I didn't want to do Elec Man stage first, because these guys are assholes, because this part in general sucks. But I'll show what these do. If I can ever get up here. Yeah, they do that thing where they speed up if they sense that you're on their plane of existence, which everybody's annoying as it sounds. Some more in here. I'm not sure how you get that big energy other than to, like, drop down and get it. So, I'm not gonna be getting that one. Some electricity shooters. And here's my favorite enemies of this stage. I think these are sentries or something. I looked at the, off-screen, I looked at the names of all the enemies in this little museum thing that has, like, artwork and what have you for all the enemies and things. I like Mega Man's face when he's facing sideways, by the way. He looks very funny. I was actually going to pick that up for the Rolling Cutter, but I guess I'm not going to. And speaking of Mega Man staples, not that I was speaking of them, but... I like how I got that on the first try. Can't believe I got through this stage, or this part of the stage without taking damage. On my other playthroughs, I didn't do so hot. I had to get this thing, which I don't need, but I'll show you how you're supposed to do this, because it's pretty great. It's pretty finicky. Easy way to get in there is to just do this. And yeah, that's not the way. You have to, like, get up to the edge of the thing, actually. Yeah, you have to do that. I forgot about the rewind. I was gonna reload, but rewind's faster. I like to do funny shit like this. Okay, I'll stop. I think that's fun. Then again, I'm roughly 5, so that would probably explain what that is. Big energy. Also, I definitely should have gotten that for the cutter, but I'm trying to think. I think I want to do inside on this first section. Actually, no. Now that I have the cutter, I want to just do the outside here. Oh no, oh no. Okay, okay. Get it. Thank you. Rolling Cutter, by the way, is Elec Man's weakness. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. I'm assuming a lot of people are familiar with this game, or at least the series as a whole, so I don't think I have to explain too much, but yeah. I'm just going to assume that y'all don't know shit, so I'm going to bother explaining all this stuff. If I'm being a Captain Obvious, that's why. And here's another reason why you don't want to do Elec Man stage first, which didn't stop me from trying it first on my first playthrough of this. It is that, which is the M. It allows you to do that. It is the magnet beam, and it is useful. If you don't have Gutsman's weapon, you're stuck going through the outside there. Because of a reason that's coming up here. It's weird how Gutsman's weapon is actually one that affects you being able to progress through a stage. Because no other weapon in the series, I think, really does that. There might be one that, like, allows you to get a shortcut, but here it's, like, actually required. Come on. Jump down here. I like how that guy jumped off, and I still got him on the way back there. So not only does this require the guts of the super arm, I actually have guts in the name, but it also requires that. And this time, even though here's where you would need it, there's no refill there. For some reason, that section was making me nervous, even though it's exactly the same as the previous one. I guess I just really didn't want to die, and I think that's a good natural survival instinct. Okay, that's no problem. Alright. Make a pretty good time here. Do I have any lives left? I have one. Okay. It's gonna be fun. I will try once without save stating. And I'm gonna hope that I still remember. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, you can basically loop him. It's practically the only way to beat him Buster only. Trust me, I've tried for about 3 hours to beat him legitimately by trying to learn his pattern and learn to dodge the Elec Beam, and I got pretty far. I at one point had gotten him down to about 2 pieces of health left, but that was after 3 hours of trying, and yeah, that wasn't a good time. So I'll actually explain what I'm doing here. What you want to do, you want to turn to him, shoot him, and when he raises his arms, you hit him with a shot, and that bounces him back, which is basically, I think, what Toadman does. So it's funny that Toadman, who's considered to be one of the worst Robot Masters, and Elec Man, who's considered to be one of the toughest, kind of have that in common. Okay, I'm pressing... Why does it turn you that way? That's so cheap. And I'm not doing this right. Okay, hold on. Something's not going right here. Okay, you saw me shoot that direction. Let me hope that okay, that actually does work. I'm too early on most of these. That's better. Nah, we got him. As long as I don't mess up. So you jump to, dodge the Elec Beam in case you, mistimed your shot. Like so. Okay. Still vaguely beat him legitimately. Mega Man, what is up with your leg? It's like mid-walking. That looks kind of awkward. But whatever. That is a lot better of progress than I did before. Because we've cleared out 3 Robot Masters in one video, and we did it in pretty good time, even. I've gone from 1 in this amount of time, to 2 in this amount of time, to now 3, so I'm pretty happy with that improvement. I think I think this is finally the run that I'm going to be sticking with, because I'm pretty satisfied with the way this is going so far. So with that, I'm going to thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, when we are going to start with Fireman. I like how it moved the wrong direction, because for some reason when you're on Elec Man, moving right goes to Cutman, moving left goes to Fireman, which... And up and down, by the way, do nothing, so... pretty good menu design in this game. But, yeah. For now, I'm gonna thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, when we're gonna take on... We're gonna try to take on the other 3 Robot Masters, but we might only get 2 done, but we'll have to see about that. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye.